Can you hear me now? Hey, Tony. Can you hear me? Somebody tell me. No? Oh, hang on. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Jato says he can hear. Oh, no audio. Still. Can you hear? Oh, okay. Tony says yes. Yes. Good. Awesome. So we're good. Hi. Happy Saturday. I was just thinking about it. So, what is today? I know tomorrow is Easter Sunday, and yesterday was Good Friday. So, what is today? Holy Saturday? I don't know. Tony, what is today? Because I don't know anymore. Holy Saturday. No, that's Holy Thursday. I don't know. Who knows? How are you guys? Tell me where you're calling in from, where you're joining from, and how the weather is. Make me feel bad because the weather is kind of gloomy today, and we're on lockdown, so I'm not happy. Hey, Nikki. A Holy Saturday. Wow. Okay. Easter Easter Saturday. Yeah, is there anything special that happens today? I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe it's the day we used to go shopping. I don't know. Who knows what happens today on Holy Saturday? Holy Saturday. That's a quiz. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. Let me do a giveaway. Who can tell me what happens on Holy Saturday? And I'll do a quiz. Okay, Ginny's trying to find me. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, okay. So, okay. I don't know if that's the right answer, Jesso, but at least you're better than I am. I do. Okay, Ginny can't find me. What's going on? He told the disciples to go and wait. Okay, so this is the day we wait. So how do we celebrate today though? Okay, good. Ginny's turn. So what do we do? How do we celebrate? I don't know. I know tomorrow's the party day. Tomorrow we party. Monday, I don't know what happens on Monday. But what do we do on Saturday? I think it's shopping day. Jeannie, I've sent you an invite to. Okay, then.
Yes, I can finally. I was right. It was hard to hear.
It was hard to hear me.
So, can you hear me
I
now?
can hear you.
Oh God, these things. Yes, at a point. Yes, so I'm struggling to hear you now.
You're struggling
Yeah, I
to
can
hear
hear you
me.
now. No, I can hear you now.
Oh,
I
you
can
can
hear
hear
you.
me.
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
so before we get
Yes,
started,
I'm trying to get. I think I'll need. Let me move on to get
okay,
as well. Yes,
we're
better.
trying to figure out what happens on. So my mom says today is Holy Saturday because I couldn't figure out what today is called. What do we do on Holy
Yeah.
Saturday? What happens today?
I mean, people feast.
How can you feast? The Lord hasn't come yet. Oh God, no sir. What
Well,
are you with me? Oh gosh.
people feast. People feast. Hi to all my friends, Tutu. Uh, yes, that's Tutu, and then I think Egosa. Yes, Egosa, Ghostville. Yeah, that's my brother. He's there too. Yeah, yeah.
Your
So
brother, your real brother,
yeah.
your brother,
So
brother.
we no, like my family, his family. So we grew up together. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, 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 yeah. So
Cool. Okay. So now we have you here, our fabulous guest. We're gonna get started. Okay. So hello and welcome everyone to iRise Conversations with Joan. They're just
yes,
open conversations, and we get to talk about whatever, anything we like. And so, just
yeah.
if you don't know, the topics are based on my book. It's called I Rise
Okay.
The 10 Secrets to Getting Up When Life Knocks You Down. So today we're going to be talking about a topic that is it feels very real, but it's actually not real. It's actually pretty false, but it's one of the strongest emotions
Okay.
human beings usually have, and that is fear. So everybody
Yeah.
goes through fear. It's always there. It never really goes away.
Mm.
And fear has stopped a lot of
mm,
people in their tracks when they're trying to pursue their dreams and to achieve goals. No one
mm,
said it's going to be easy,
mm.
and sometimes it's actually quite lonely. So today we're going to be sharing some, just some tips and some tricks on how to deal with fear when fear does show up, and how you can still go ahead and follow your dreams and live a fabulous life. So with us today we have Jeannie. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Jeannie.
Yes,
Can you just
yes, sir.
introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Gini. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer from Nigeria, and I love what I do. I love life. I'm a bit unserious and serious at the same time. So depends on what part of me wakes up in the morning. But I'm excited to be here. I've known Joan for so many years, so we worked together in the past. I like what she's doing. She has left us in Nigeria. She's
Hey. Oh, but at least you were one of the few people who I got to see when I was in Nigeria last year, so that was pretty awesome.
yes,
So
yes, yes,
thank
yes,
you for
yes, yes,
making that
yes.
happen. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes.
So tell us a
So
little bit about your own personal journey, because now you're like this big superstar. You have all these records. You're performing, all the time, and Only saying hi.
yeah,
How was it for you? What was your journey like? What were some
Nike.
of those? What were some of
Hey,
those challenges that you faced? Those
um,
fears that you faced?
some of those what?
The fears and the challenges you faced to get to.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I think I started at a time when it was pretty difficult to put out a record. Now trust me, it's a lot easier to put out a record and actually manage your career yourself. But of course, you have your management and everything, but almost everything is so digital now. Like you can do stuff from your house. Back then, when I started out about 14 years ago, professionally now, when I broke into the industry, it was difficult, John. You know this now. It was to even record a song, you need to go to a proper producer and a studio. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was a lot of work, GSM wasn't a thing then.
Yeah.
So for you to even book a session, you need to actually go to the studio, like transport yourself. I'm not even talking about the basics. The basics, so just communication. We've not even gotten into the nitty-gritty of the business. Just setting up those meetings, saying, now you can sit down in your house, make a phone call. Yo, Don Jazzy, I beg, I want to do a song. And then you guys talk. You don't even need to see each other. In fact, right now, the way recordings have gone now, you don't need to be in the same place to record. Yes, your producer doesn't need to be there with you.
Wow.
So everything is so easy now. But back then it was difficult. It was so difficult. Now, that difficulty, of course, when something is so difficult, it breeds fear. When the process is cumbersome, when it's so much of a chore, there is a lot of fear. Other than when it is so easy and then you're just breathing in and breathing out, there's no fear. But when you know that, okay, what if I travel to Lagos? Then I was schooling in Ogbomoso, and then I was okay, what if I travel to Lagos and this guy is not there? What if he's not around?
Mm-hmm.
That's a wasted trip. There was a lot of fear. The fear was not even if I'll be successful at all. The fear was, would this project even take off the ground? Would it happen at all? So that there were just like so many fears. Okay, then of course, it's not now like that we have parents and elderly ones supporting music. Now back then it was a no-no.
Gary, you're
How can you say you want to do music? And at this school, say we go and where, we went to the school, we studied a lot, we read outside the school, try to get as much knowledge as possible. And then you just say, no, it's music you want to do. Nah, unheard of. So there was also difficulty because there was no financing. And so it was a whole lot. It was a whole lot. Yeah, true. Like Dr. Oasis said, no social media. In fact, social media, I'm not even talking about social. You are even still I'm saying communication, calling to book a session. I'm not even saying social. I've not even gotten to the after you've done the song. I'm saying before you even decide you want to do the song, you might end up not, because a lot of people, because of these difficulties, could not just put up a song, do a song.
Mm-hmm.
They could not. So before you start talking of social media, which is post-production, we're talking about pre-production,
Mm-hmm.
the things you need to put in place too. And once you can't see a headway, fear comes in. There's fear. You know, we did not have a plethora of stations like we have now. We did not have all these people. You know, there were just a couple of stations then. So music, if you're not old, and you don't have serious leg, you can't do music.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can put out a record and in your house somebody hears it. I know there's still a lot of industry gimmicks and industry politics that happens even now, but the road is a bit more smoother now. You know, everything is on your fingertips. So at the end of the day, it's just you. You know, you realize you are the one that you can be. You'll be your own greatest undoing if you decide not to make use of the tools that are available to you now. So those were the fears. So now we now produce the songs. We now manage to put the song together. How do we get it out there? You know, how do we get it out there? Winning awards back in the day. That's why I was having a conversation with some people, and I said, you have to give respect to people like Majek Fashek, who, I mean, is way, way, way my senior. God rest his soul, who toured the world and received global recognition without the internet. You have to respect that. Mm-hmm. That means, because I'm in the industry, I don't want, like, the amount of work he did, because the amount of work he did to get him and his team, I mean, you will not take anything away from his team, you know. For a Nigerian from, I don't know whether they say it's from Edo State or whatever, to go all the way, and this guy was touted to be the next Bob Marley. You need to respect that. Yeah. This guy was playing shows that up till now, our biggest names would dream.
But
he was shutting down.
Sure, he still had some fears, you know.
Yeah, I agree. There were fears. But I'm just saying that there was those difficulties. Man, the fears were. I mean, would I end up making it? Is this going to be a failed mission? I might as well just do a 9 to 5 and just live a normal life, you know. Play safe. And you know what? I just told myself, will I be happy at the end of the day? And I said, you know what? I'll just go for it. Whatever happens, happens. And again, the fear wasn't as, so on a scale of 1 to 10, if the fear was 8, my determination to have a breakthrough was like a 10 or 11. So my determination to break through far outweighed my fears. So yes, there were fears. I mean, and then because those fears were there, I would say, you know what? I slept in bus parks. I slept, like, you know, I was in a riot in Ibadan because I was carrying my load back from Lagos on one of my field music missions back to school. So it was, but my determination then, Joan, I said, you know what? This thing we go cracker. Mm-hmm. You understand? And that was way more than the fear. Yeah. So basically,
that's something very, very key that you just mentioned, and I've never really thought about it that way. If your desire is stronger than the fear, then you know that will give you that additional oomph to keep pursuing it. But if your desire is like lackluster, like, do I really want it? Then once fear shows up, you're like, see ya. Well, I didn't want to do it.
Yeah. In fact, let me tell you, Joan, to buttress what you're saying, that desire stems from your why. Why are you doing it? Mm-hmm. You understand? So if your reason is, oh, you want to get the girls, the razzmatazz of the industry, trust me, when the fears come in, when those stumbling blocks come, you will leave the industry. I mean, up till now we still have we still have a lot of stumbling blocks. I still have my fears. But again, my why is what pushes that desire. My why. Why did I get into the industry in the first place? You know, this is all I know. This is all, I mean, this is not all I know, but this is what I'm best at.
Yeah.
I'm good at many other things, but this is what I'm best at. And I mean, I'm not trying to be proud or anything. I'm a damn good musician, and I know that. Do you understand? I know that. So every
I
day
know.
that pushes me, and I believe, yeah, yeah. And I always tell myself that, I mean, I'm not the most religious person, okay? I'm not the most religious person, but I always believe that God will not put this much ability in me if it wasn't. God is not wasteful. You understand? God not a waste. You understand? If he did not think I needed it, he won't give it to me. You understand? So that pushes everything. So whatever fear that comes, I'm like, look, God, now you give me this thing. I did not go to one native doctor to become a good musician. Of course, I brushed myself up along the way. There were things I had to learn on the job, but you made me do this. So if this fear, when the fear comes, I'm like, you know what? I keep going. So basically, that's it.
So that brings me to another question. So you're like,
Yeah.
what you're talking about is your natural gift, your natural talent that God has given you.
Yeah.
And so it's easier to tap into that why, because it's there, it's obvious, like people have told you, oh my God, you have a great voice, you should do this. So it's there to you. But there are a lot of people who, if you ask them, what are you good at? They're like, I don't know, nothing. So there are some people who don't even know what they're good at, or don't feel like they have any gift. And so for them, where would they find that desire? Like, they say, okay, I know I'm not really vocally gifted, but I want to be a singer too. I want to go take classes and hone my voice or whatever it is that you guys do and go, become a singer. What about those type of people? What happens to them when the fear shows up?
You know what, John? Again, I think the more people, you see why education, and when I say education, I don't mean the four walls of a university. I mean education about life, reading stuff. Why it's very important, because it opens your mind. You don't have to be a singer. And that's the thing. You see, when people say, when I have conversations with people a lot, I'm very conversational. I like to have conversations, healthy ones. And when I ask people, so where is your passion? Their minds immediately go to the popular stuff, singer, actor. No. I have a friend whose niece, Angeline, is a swimmer. Like, this girl doesn't, when other kids are in the pool and they have their instructors, this girl is left to, she's won awards, tons of awards. She's at 5, 6, this girl can stay underwater for a long time. She's just gifted. She's a gifted. I don't know whether it's swimming she will end up doing, or doing those stuff they do in Olympics, that will be dancing in the pool and legs will be coming up. I don't know. She can decide to do that. Let's not, you see, when you ask me, where is your passion? They start thinking of course, swimming is not so popular here. People go to the beach, people go to the pools, but swimming as a sport is not, So who says she can't go abroad or something, or go where her passion thrives? Again, that's another thing. You need to go where your passion thrives. You don't have to, if you don't have the means, or you're not in the environment where there's support for your craft. In most, Tony said synchronized swimming. Tony, you know, saying me, I not go to school finish, Tony. So, so if she doesn't go where there is support for that craft, it would die. Funny enough, just before this interview, I saw some, on Explore page on Instagram, something came up on Floyd Mayweather, the boxer. And when he was an amateur, he lost controversially to some Bulgarian guy during one of those Olympics. He went for as an amateur. He lost to the guy. Now, of course, people felt Mayweather won, but that's another story, boxing politics. Now, who became the star tomorrow? Mayweather. Why? The Bulgarian boxer, immediately he won. He had won like 2 or 3 Olympic gold before he fought. But after he fought Mayweather, he lost his final fight. So he won silver in that Olympics where he beat Mayweather. And after he won, he was offered a professional contract by some American promoters. Guess what the guy did? He said no. He didn't want the professional contract. he said his Bulgarian government will support him. That was his greatest undoing. He never really made it as a pro because there's an age for boxing. Physically, you can be able to put up with the sport. And then he did not. I think his surname is Todorov. People can read up on him. And he refused those contracts. American promoters where boxing is supported, they have an industry for boxing. He said no. He wants to fight. And this has not to do with being a nationalist, because it doesn't mean you can't fight for Bulgaria. Some businessmen come with a contract and say, come and fight. You are good. He says no, he wants to do Bulgaria. And then Bulgaria never supported him.
Oh, wow.
In fact, he changed out of vex, he changed his nationality to Turkish. He became a Turkish citizen because out of vex. So he never really made it as a boxer. So again, as much as we all want to be the actor, singer, what other job is popular, movie producer, there are other jobs that you might be good at, that you do even when you are not paid for it. That's another thing. I learned that early. I can't remember, one of my mentors back then told me that when your passion is what you can do, what you are so good at, even when you are not paid for it. So some people are very good cooks. They can mix this and this together, and they'll cook the best meals. They don't need to go to culinary school. Their nose works like fire, like they can smell. They can, there are certain things that they are very good at. They are good at measurements. They are good at, okay, let's leave the gas low heat for 2 minutes. Once it passes 2 minutes, it has changed the taste. They know all these things. But because cooking is seen as kitchen is one thing, so everybody, there's nobody, I believe, there's nobody on the face of this earth that God will create that does not have a talent. Some people are good with numbers. That's why some people will make very good accountants. And so some people are good in numbers. In fact, there are a couple of people that I know
spending the money,
that they are very good at. You said?
I said some of us are just good with spending the money.
If that is, then, but who says you can? Do you know what?
Talent.
That could be a talent.
Exactly.
Being able to budget and spend people's money and make them, it's true. I mean, I watch a lot of shows. It might not be popular here, but they are personal shoppers.
Yeah.
Personal shoppers. In fact, there was one of these British shows I was watching Wednesday, and there's a guy that his own is to buy for the rich. His target market are the rich, the extremely wealthy. I don't mean people that are going to pop 10 bottles of rosé in the club. But those people are not rich. Those are people, he doesn't go to them. This guy, what he does, he goes to find the most expensive wines for the extremely rich. So he tastes them. So he's a spender of money. You have money, you want exclusive stuff that nobody has, you go and find it for a fee. See how somebody created a talent and he might just be somebody that just likes spending money, likes expensive things, but he doesn't have the money to get them for himself. So he just goes and says, you know what, I'll get you expensive stuff. So he goes to where the rich people, and they all trust him, because that thing is we think it's easy, but it's trust. It's easy, hard to break into these rich folks. Someone will trust you to bring what he will ingest. He doesn't know where you are getting it from. No, it's trust. So there's nobody that doesn't have a passion for something. It's just that we always look at the big things.
Yeah. So that's human nature, So just a couple of things that you mentioned, a lot of things. Thank you for sharing. So, find your why, find your purpose, find what it is you're passionate about, and try to create a life around that. Because that way, when the fear does show up, it becomes easier for you to overcome and keep moving ahead. So find your talent. Everybody has a talent, even if it's professional spending.
Yes.
Come and join us.
Yes.
Professional spending. Okay, so I want to touch on imposter syndrome, because I find, that for me personally, I'm always surprised that it still affects me. Like, I've been working in corporate world for a very long time, but every time I start a new job, I feel like a fraud. Like, every day I go to work and I'm like, okay, maybe today is the day they're going to find out that I really don't know what it is I'm doing. I always go through that period of feeling like a fraud. I'm not good
Yeah,
enough. Someone is going to catch me out.
yeah,
Who am I to even have this job in the first place? And those negative thoughts just keep running through my mind for weeks, sometimes even months.
yeah.
And I know that a lot of people
Mm.
deal with it. So for you as an artist, do you ever get that, maybe like when you're going on the show before you go on the stage to perform, how does that show up?
Yeah, would it? So I will tell you my routine. Before, so I have, I mean, a lot of people around me know that because I sing live, I'm susceptible to voice cracks and I do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And then even at the gym, there's something I do for a hobby. I train people for free. So at the gym, when I'm training, I'm talking. And for me, it's a lot of energy. I'm invested in it. I'm very, so I do a lot of talking. My voice goes through wear and tear. So what I do is when I'm going to have recordings, serious recordings now, it doesn't mean I can't sing, but I know I'll be operating at maybe 70%. Now, my 70% might be fantastic for people, but I will not be happy. You understand? So I might be able to get by, but I won't be happy. So what I do is days before my recordings, which is why you can't just call me up and say, let's record, or call me up and say, come and do show today. No, I need to prepare mentally, then my voice. So I stay days without talking. So you might call me on a day and I'm very chilled. And I'm like, yeah, John, hi. And I'm whispering. Yeah, how's everything? Now you might think, oh, is he trying to make a pass at me, or is he trying to sound bedroomish? Or you might think, or maybe I'm a snob. I'm feeling, but no, I'm saving my voice. So I do that because I know I have a fear of my voice breaking on stage. So that fear always comes. And trust me, it always happens to even the greats. Before I step on stage, I have a fear because it's a different audience every time. I don't perform to the same people twice.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's a different audience. You don't know how these guys are going to receive you. Yes, they're giving you the breakdown. Oh, this is the oil and gas guys. Oh, you are going to this person's house. There is a private performance. There are only about 20 there. They just need you to, this, that. But you don't know the makeup of the person. People might be having a bad day, but still want to go to a show. Yeah, there are people like that. So you don't know. They might be hard to. So for me, one of the ways I surmount that fear is I tell myself, I'm going to have fun. This is what I love doing, whether or not they clap or not. And one thing is when people see that you are excited about what you're doing, it's kind of infectious. There's a vibe. When people see that you love it and you are excited about it, you love what you are doing. Not be saying then drive you come now drag. It's kind of infectious. You are happy about it. Happiness is kind of infectious. So they too feel the vibe. You understand? So it's a lot of work. And then I pay attention to the first 10, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, see the vibe. And then you keep changing performances, need performance. You need to be attentive to the audience, and that's why I always love live band performances, because live band performances, you can alter, you can look at if I'm with my band and it's my band playing for me, God bless those guys. They are very, very attentive. They can pick up, so it's you have to enjoy it. When people see, like Tutu said, confidence. If you start the job today and they're talking to you and you are carrying people, even if you know what you are saying. Haven't you noticed that's how our politicians in Nigeria trick us? They are saying babash, but they say it with confidence. They say it with they say it as if they know what they are saying. Even when they are telling a lie. Even when they are telling a lie, they tell the lies with confidence. So at the top of when so if you know what you're doing and you're not reasonably, now I'll use the word reasonably confident, because you also don't want to be overconfident and look like, because there's a way you can tell a truth and emphasize on the truth, it starts looking like a lie. And if you're with people that are very intuitive, they start saying, why is this guy hammering on this thing? Why is he over? Do you understand? So I think it's just having a good measure of confidence to get by, And I think the roughest times are the first couple of weeks. Exactly. I think by the time you feel your colleagues, those who like you, those who don't like you, those who to avoid you, you probably get by. So meaning you have to really feel the room. You have to feel the environment. I'll tell you something. I was watching American Idol some time ago, and I think it was during the pandemic. And
It's
there's
not in the
this
pandemic.
artist,
What do you
this
mean by during the pandemic?
I mean, it was during the lockdown, like lockdown, the first lockdown last year now. You know, Nigeria, our whole pandemic is not
Your pandemic was like
like
for
people's
kids.
pandemic. Our own. so, so, um, so this guy, it was Lionel Richie that actually spoke to this artist. And so this guy comes on stage and he's first, there's this girlfriend of his that was always coming. Again, I'm sure you ask me that question later. Surrounding yourself with people who take from you, take from your energy. So this girl was sucking the life out of him. And the judges pawned on that. They knew from the beginning.
Wow.
They knew. The girl also came for the competition, but she didn't make it. But they could tell that this guy, and he's very shy. So he looks like the shy one in the relationship. So he's always, but he's so gifted. Joan, so gifted. Like, I saw this guy and I was like, how come this guy doesn't have a record deal? But anyway, I mean, abroad is filled with people like that, you know? And then guess what Lionel Richie told him after one performance? He said something, and that resonated with me. He said that all of us that you're looking at, we all have our doubts. That's what makes us special. Every creative, every talented creative doubts themselves 50% of the time. That is what even makes us try to, yes. That's what makes us try to have that perfectionist attitude. So you see us record over and over again. We are afraid. So he said you have to have a right balance, a right mix. You cannot be too afraid not to try. Then you can't be overconfident and think, oh, it's me and Lionel Richie, they will always listen. No, all of us, we all have that fear, even Michael Jackson. That's why if you notice, every detail, they want every detail to be perfect. Yeah. And when I work with people, I've had that issue working with people. So they don't know where I'm coming from. I'm afraid. I don't want to fail. This thing is like a religion. I don't want to fail it. I'm short of saying it's my God. This is what I know. So you can't come in and desecrate it and just think, oh, Ginny, don't worry, we'll just do it like this. No, we will not just do it like this. Let's get this thing right. You know, so at the end of the day, when Lionel Richie said that, I said, oh, so I'm not a fool after all. You get what I'm trying to say, John? So even the greats, we all have fear. I don't think we should run away from fear. Fear is not a bad thing.
It's not.
Even Jesus was afraid on the cross.
Yep.
Jesus was afraid on the cross. So, I mean, if Jesus, who can, with one hand, smite all those people,
yep,
was afraid, then
yeah, we're okay.
Who are you not to be afraid? Yes.
We're okay. Okay, so that's awesome, and so like it's good to hear, because those things encourage people who are feeling fearful, especially like if you're doing something for the first time, or you're new to a job, because that imposter syndrome, trust me, is so real. Even though we know it's not real, it's just fear and it's not real, but it feels so real. Mm-hmm. So I want to talk about the other. So we've been talking a lot about the fear of failure, but I want to talk about the other part of things, which is the fear of success. And I remember I was in a Bob Proctor 2 years ago, and when you're in front of a super guru, what else are you going to ask? I said, Bob.
You said you were in front of who?
In front of Bob Proctor.
Okay.
Spiritual gurus for the law of attraction. And of course, I asked him the question on everybody's mind, which is, how do I win in life? Like, just tell me and let's end this whole thing. Just give me the secret and let's move on.
Yeah.
So I said to him, I said, how do I win in life? And I don't know what I was expecting. I thought he was going to give me the real secrets to life so that I'll make $1 million in 1 hour. I don't know. But he said to me, you're playing small. He said, you're setting goals that you know that you can accomplish. That is not how to succeed in life. You need to set big goals that you don't even know how to do it. Goals that scare you, goals that really, and just go ahead and do it. Just set the big goals and go ahead and do it. He said that is the only way you can overcome all this fear and get to the success that you want to get. And that's how you win in life. And I was like, oh my God, what's this old man telling me? Why can't he just give me the secret? Let me just make money. Jeez. But I thought about it after a few months, and he's right. The fear of success, because we know the fear of failure. Oh, I don't want to try this, but what about if I win? There's also that fear of success, and it's just as strong as the fear of failure. But most people don't really align to it. We don't allow ourselves to dream big. We keep trying to play small. Let me just be able to feel. Let me just be able to pay my rent. Let me just be able to travel to. We don't really dream big to get to that point where we've set this big goal. We've set this big goal. We're truly afraid, and we're going to move forward. Like, what do you think about the fear of success? Do you think it's a real thing?
Yeah, it is. It is. In my own take on the fear of success is also when success comes, because it also comes with its own responsibilities. I remember my very good friend. I'm sure Tony and some others who school together would know him, Ibukun Kafaru. Ibukun Kafaru, there was a time we were in the lecture hall and we're in one of those places where they sell food. And we were thinking, okay, I tried a lot of things. I tried to blow this blow. This blow that they always talk about in music. I've been trying, I've been trying. And it wasn't happening. And I was like, yeah. And I was just telling Ibukun, and some of these moves, me and Ibukun will go together and something. And I asked Ibukun, I said, I don't understand though. This thing I've been trying this. I don't understand what's happening. And you know what Ibukun told me? Ibukun said, maybe we are not matured enough yet to handle the success if it came now. Do you understand? So maybe God is delaying it so that we get some maturity. You understand? So we grow, we go through the grind. Do you understand? So we appreciate the success when it comes. So it's because success also comes with its own pressure. And people don't know this. You understand? You need a certain level of maturity to handle it, or else you will just lose it all. You need to know. Even I will tell you, there were mistakes I made earlier in my career just because I was younger. Certain things, maybe certain attitudes, mine wasn't destructive. I mean, I was able to, correct one or two, and I had some supportive people. But it's success. Success is huge. People pray for it, but I mean, why do you think abroad a lot of artists, and I'll use musicians, they get that popularity and success, and immediately they go into drugs or and they just everything. There's a lot of pressure. In fact, success is glorified prison. That's why if you're an entertainer, it's a glorified prison. Do you want to talk about footballers who immediately start earning £5,000 a week, £10,000 a week? And I mean, in the smaller leagues, family comes calling. Your phone is buzzing. You can't. Do you know why it is said that African footballers don't have the stability a lot like the foreign guys? In terms of, you hear Ronaldo is doing this, you hear this way, it's because first, our economy is poor. So those foreign guys, no matter how much they earn, there's still a certain support that their government gives them. They don't, it's not like Africa, but they don't have their family knocking on their door with every problem in the books, So, because success, success again is related. That African, if you look at it from an African perspective now, there's a whole lot, loss of privacy, just so much. Personally, how I have chosen to navigate that whole conundrum is this, yeah? And like I said, the why. Why did I get into this thing, John? Why did I start this thing in the first place? It's more, I'm like a monk when it comes to music. So it's not, I like the fame is good. The fame has brought me stuff. But more importantly, I'm all about the art. So I can go retire somewhere and make music. Because that's what I love. So it doesn't bother me because this our work. There's the ups and the lows. People are going to, you don't want to, then we are in the age of the internet where it's vile, it's a vile place, it's a negative place. Everybody is insulting you, everybody thinks they know you know. And so you see, you know how many times my mother has been insulted online, my father has been insulted. You understand? Just because I made a statement about something. So I mean, so some of these things you have to grow a thick skin, and your why is important. Your why. Why are you getting into it? Is very key. You have to tell yourself that, and that is what will drive your choices. It will drive your choices.
Yeah. This is why
You get what I'm trying to say,
calling
Joe?
you Nosa women. Ah. Okay.
It's
Anyway,
Charles. It's the food. I have some of my friends that know that I'm starting from stupid. So they are stupid people. My name is Nosa Women. That's my full name. So he says, he sounds like Nosa Women. So it's like we women. Not my Charles. Charles is a
maybe
fool.
there's a story there. Please, Charles, tell us more. Mm-hmm.
No, Charles is a fool. Not my Charles. Charles is a fool.
Okay, so we've talked about the fear of failure. We've also talked about the fear of success. We've talked about imposter syndrome, how to overcome that. And I think the final thing I
Yeah,
want to touch on is people. What role
yeah.
people, people in your life, people around you, what role do they play in you dealing with fear?
So I surround myself with very, very honest friends. I believe I'd surround myself with honest friends. So we call ourselves to order when, yeah. So I don't have praise singers. No, I don't have praise singers as friends. So, and when people give you when they give you reality, it's easier to deal with fear. So it doesn't look like you are removed from the world. It doesn't feel like you're removed from the world. You can see what it's like you are going through what everybody is going through. And so they don't put you on the pedestal that because what are some of the fears as entertainers? What do we have? Oh, going broke. Sometimes you can't meet up to certain things because it happens to all of us. That's why this pandemic has hit a lot of us particularly hard. Uh, but if you have friends who you can't tell that, oh boy, guy, I not get money now. You understand? You don't have those kind of people with you. You're going to avoid them and you sink deeper into depression because you can't meet up. Then you have to tell a lie. Then you have to keep. But if you have friends who, oh boy, all of you, we are all growing. We are all trying our best to get to the next level. Oh boy, since not level, ground not level now. You are not shy to tell those people. Not everybody needs to know that ground is not level. Not everybody needs to know that you are suffering from this. But those close people that you see almost every other day, you are able to tell yourselves the truth. Some people don't have those friends. I stand to be corrected. Some people, you see, when they become successes or whatever, they surround themselves with. Now, yes, in fact, let me say this before we round up. That saying that I'm going to counter a popular saying that people always say. I thought hard about it and I said there's a flaw in that saying. You know that saying that they say, oh, surround yourselves when you are in the midst of 5 intelligent people or 5 successful people, you'll be the 6th person. Or when you surround yourself with, then if you surround yourself with 5 failures, you'll be the 6th one. I stand to I don't agree with that statement.
Okay.
When you surround yourself, because you have to understand success again, not just people that are successful, people that are spiritually. When I mean spiritually, I don't mean church or mosque. People that are honest. When you surround yourself with 5 successful people, there's a pressure that comes with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
A pressure that you don't need.
Yeah.
Most people that are successful amongst themselves, they don't tell themselves the truth. They don't want to tell themselves that, guy, I failed in this business just tanked. That's why you see the fakeness you are seeing. Is in that attitude. That social climbing thing. Let's surround ourselves so all of us look like. No. Life is not like that. Life will throw you, spanners. Life will throw you, there are things that will come. Some people's friends do not know that that's why people lock up their autistic children. They lock up, they don't show off those things that seem not to be right because they want to be amongst people that seem like they have perfect lives. You need friends that, yes, you are growing. Sometimes things go bad. Sometimes you know what, you are sad. And let me tell you, Uncle Ali Baba posted something, and it was Chester Bennington. What's his name? This guy, Linkin Park, the guy that died in 2017. He looked like everything was okay. His wife posted a picture a video 36 hours before. If you check my page on Instagram, you'll see it there. He looks like everything's okay. Everybody around him, we all look like, oh, everybody's cool. But something is eating him inside, and he can't even tell his wife. Yes, he had a drug problem and all that he was coming out of, but I don't think that pushed his buttons. So that theory of surround yourself with no.
No, sir, but it's not as simple as you're making it. I agree with you, but again, there's a reason why they say that. People, you don't want to surround yourself with people who are comfortable where they are, and that makes you to be comfortable. If you're okay with where you are, that's fine too. But if you want to succeed, if you want to grow, you need to surround yourself with people that have the growth mindset. That's all.
So I agree with you, Joan. I get it. But let me tell you, some people take that a bit too literally.
Yes.
I'll explain. I believe that this life is fluid.
Yeah, I agree. I
believe that this life is fluid. I believe that there's a thing you can learn from everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tell you, Joan, I always, and you know why I always use my accident in 2018 as an example. That was a big life lesson. You can have it all together, and in a second, you don't have it all together. And let me tell you what makes people sink. Let me tell you what makes people sink into depression. And why I was borderline depressive, if I can use that word, during that time, because this is me that is very active, and then I'm no more active. But let me tell you, I was surrounded myself with people that, in fact, one of the guys I hang out with, who is not even my family, was the one that took me into the toilet with catheter on my dick. He's my nigger. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So there's something you can learn from everybody. He's not the most successful person. At that point, that he was the only person. Yeah. This was 24 hours. I was in and out of consciousness when this guy carried me to the toilet for me to try and see if I could use the toilet. I couldn't. He brought me out again. So there's something you can learn. When it's time to go and learn from those that have knowledge and brain and connections, you go there. But don't let them be the core. How many poor people have you seen that will say they have depression? Is depression, or is it not mostly rich people? Why do they have depression? Is it not because there's a lot of pressure there? Yeah. There's no pressure. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't want to, but if you have to be perfect, and life is not like that. Joan, one moment I was performing around 11 something in the night with live band. I don't know that around 12, between 12 and 12:15, I'll be lying on the road. People are just finished clapping and hailing me. The next minute, I was on the road fighting for my life. What prepares you for that? I don't know people that are successful and everything, and one cancer diagnosis ends everything. They don't get to, most of them lose their wives and husbands. My dear. So what I'm saying is, this thing is let's look at it very, very, let's look at it broadly. Let's not say, oh, you know what? People take adages and what do they call these things? Sayings a bit too literally. Yeah. So what will now happen is, because Dangote is who you are looking at. Every time you are going to hang out around that Dangote, Hotel and Co. When you are with them, gain what you want to gain and be useful to them too. Don't be saying you just gain. Be useful to them. Find what you can be used, what you can give. But there are other people too that will be there for you when the chips are down, because the chips will always come. Look, I'm not saying live life thinking bad will come. We still relate to this, your fear. Don't live life thinking, I'm not saying live life and think, bad things will come. No. But just live life where, look, either way it come, we go rough am.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? So nobody say you come, you say you want to surround yourself. People, that question about people is very key. It's very key. Because we have a lot of people are suffering depression. Even in this Nigeria now.
Oh yeah.
Before we thought depression was Oyibo man's this thing. You know how many people are, especially with this pandemic and things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are some of my colleagues, and I'll say this, there are some of my colleagues that because they don't have some certain level of success, they can't leave their house and go out and meet. They don't want people to see them. Oh, me? Somebody, the other day, I said, see, the suffer I've suffered, especially during my accident time. Shame, I not get shame again. No. Nobody's going to make me ashamed in this life. Joe, you talk about people. I don't see. God knows why I sang that. I know the shame. See, I've treated that song. I don't be saved for anything, nothing. I don't get sin, Joe. You know that. Hey, I bet relief matter, Joe. If you allow people to put pressure on your head, see, because it's like everybody, and the internet now there's so much, you see. Back then, we were shielded from that perfection that people try to paint. Mm-hmm. Now, it's in your face. People paint perfection.
All day, every day.
And it's like everybody's lives is. There's a friend of mine I was telling the other day. You understand? Everybody, I said, look, I don't listen to any relationship expert. I don't listen to any expert because nobody's life is perfect. Everybody's just trying to get by, Joan. That is why I like this topic, fear. You will have fear. There's nobody that is perfect. Like, oh God, I'm waiting for Judgment Day. When they open people's books, you see that pastor that you've been hailing, that will tell you that you are a sinner, you are a bad person, you are this, that. Eh? You are just, see, don't just bother yourself. The internet is just a vibe. That's why what you are doing, I really commend it, trying to make people just live and people to, feel better about themselves, because it's important. There's so much, there's vile, so much negativity now. It's in your face. Perfection. Some people, it's like they don't, in fact, the way some people think, the way some people think of some people is like they don't go to toilet. John. They don't go to toilet. Some people in this life, they don't go to toilet too.
Yeah.
Some people, in fact, they sleep with that Louis Vuitton and that Hermes bag. Though. They don't drop the bag on the ground. Though. They sleep with the bag. The bag is glued to their shoulder like this. Joan. Nah. Surround yourself with people that are real. Even family bring out perfection. And let me tell you, this truth might be hard for some people to take. When family is going to make you want to be a perfect person, too perfect, you can walk away from family. Yes. You are of no use when you are dead.
Yeah, true.
You have no use, John.
True.
So don't, anybody that is going to just surround yourself with people that you can tell and say, you know what, I'm not perfect now, I'm not fine now. That's, for me, true test of friendship. If you be my guy or you are my friend, girl, and I can't be myself. Yeah, there are people that they only see me when work and this, that. I don't need to. It's not everybody you share your personal problem. And I don't go about telling people that this problem again. But I've told myself that as I grow older, and I think this thing comes with age. Maybe it comes with age, I don't know. I just told myself, see, I can't kill myself. I'm going to surround myself with people who whether they're industry people or not, I can be myself. Those that I will be able to contribute into their lives, I will. Those that will contribute to mine, I have my arms wide open, to receive every blessing that they will bring. But I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. And that is that trying to be perfect that breeds the fear. That's why a lot of people's fears are because you're at a level you don't want to show people that look, that's why you see, there's something. And I ask myself, why do Catholics in the beginning of the mass, they say you have to say there's this stuff they say, everybody has to admit to being a sinner. That's the first thing you do when mass is about to start. You have to first admit, oh, Father, forgive me if I have sinned. You have to say before mass, so you first admit that you are a sinner, because you have to first bring yourself to say, look, you are fallible. You are fallible. You are prone to error. You are prone to this. When you know that you are like that, then you can so every fear that will come, you can manage it. But when you've shown the world that you do not cheat, that's where the fear, because that hard fall, you are afraid. And that's why a lot of people are depressed today.
Yeah.
Even the rich, even the successful.
Wow.
With these few words of mine, I hope I'll be able to convince you, not to confuse you, that
we've had so many comments on friendship or people in your life. So I think it's so key. Like, Ronald was saying,
I'm sorry, we couldn't read everything.
Positive-minded people and growth-oriented people, which is so true. Friendship should be exclusive, not inclusive. Yes. Okay, somebody's writing in PG. My PG is not that great, so now they call you.
What did the person say?
As B, because you're.
Oh, okay, John.
Do not judge people. Absolutely. A lot of people, relationship, friendships, even family, sometimes they don't support your dreams. And I don't know if it's a Nigerian thing, yeah. If you said like when I wanted to move to Canada, the few people I told that, hey, I'm thinking about moving to Canada. Oh my God. Like only few people were positive about it. They always know somebody's wife's brother, sister's cousin who tried it and failed. So those kind of negative
so
people, they will always fight for you. There's always a problem, for every idea. So, those kind of negative
I'm going to tell you, Joan, this thing you just said, now I'm going to, in 20 seconds, I'm going to tell you what happened to me. When I went to do music, my dad said no. And he didn't want, I understand his fears, but you know what? I left the house. Towards the end of my stay in school, I started paying my school fees. I left. I took the hard road. So sometimes you just have to go with your gut feeling. And that was the best decision I ever made. So I left. He didn't see me for a couple of years. And when he saw me again, I was already doing stuff, So I key into what you're saying. So I key into what you're saying.
You have to walk away. And sometimes this journey is lonely. We all wish we had
very
all
lonely
the support in the world, but it's
not,
that's not
you won't get
that's
everything.
Unrealistic. It's not going to happen.
You won't get it.
You're going to have to do this journey alone. Sometimes the fear will consume you, and that's okay. You just pick yourself up. And like you said, there's no shame in this game. Pick yourself up and just
no shame.
Always go back to your why.
You
why
did
you choose to embark on this journey?
Why?
And hold on to
Johnny,
that. And one of the things you said earlier is confidence. Like you might be shaking on the inside, but that's only for you to see. People on the outside should see that confidence. Remember, you're an expert in whatever it is you're doing, or you're talented. God has blessed you with this gift. Just share that gift with the world. Just be confident and just show up. Okay, Tutu say you were very brilliant in school. I don't agree. Which brilliant? I bet let me hear what.
Tutu, I'm still brilliant. Why say you were very brilliant to see?
Which brilliant? I'm yet to see it.
So Tutu, maybe, you know what? She just said something there that maybe they thought that I would do something better, like I would do something better. But for me, you see, again, we need to change that narrative. In their minds, music is not better. But we all cannot be doctors, nurses, engineers, and you understand? This is what you are doing now, Joan. Your book, your Arise book. You are an author. You write. This is also a job. People need to respect it. I think we need to change. There needs to be a paradigm shift, from all that whole, and that is what has killed us as a nation. The reason why there are no jobs today is because everybody's fixated on those basic. Tutu is an immigration consultant. That one too now work now. We have to be able to find ways to, and that's what's killing our economy in Nigeria. We focused on one thing, oil, left every other thing to rot. We see one thing, we just focus on it. No, there are many other jobs. The people that you know what amazes me on TV? When I see those people that are cameramen are running after animal, Animal Planet. I'm like, so this person sat down, he's pursuing snake, but that's his work.
Yeah.
If that industry was not open,
Yeah.
do you think there'll be space for other people that are doing proper camera work in studio, station, and all that? One person said he wants to carry camera and be pursuing squirrel. That is a work. I like to pursue squirrel. You understand? It's entirely. Eh? There has to be jobs for everybody. There are many jobs. That is we are saying. If you notice, we are going back in and out. That thing you said about passion. There are many passions. I have a friend. What's his name again? I forgot his name. He's a wildlife photographer. He's not even. If you tell him to come and snap picture, it's not like he can snap human being picture, but it's animal. It's animal. He said he's snapping. If you see him, I saw him when I went to Lekki Conservation. That's where I met him. And he said, I said, what is he trying with camera? He said, that's his work. If you see him, when me, I want to walk fast, you say, no, let's wait. He just saw one pigeon. This one is a special bed. He will not focus camera. I'll be like, and that's a job in Nigeria. Wildlife photographer. When he showed me his pictures, this guy travels around the country and sends nice pictures to send out. That's a job. But when everybody is saying, no, it's oil and gas that will do, that's a problem because it's now becomes oversaturated. Every other industry dies. That's what kills us, that is killing us as a nation. Me, if when I start having kids and my child says he wants to be pursuing animal, but I'll give him maybe glove, maybe we'll find one coat we'll wear that so that snake will not bite. Well, you must be good in, I must make sure that he's good in that pursuing squirrel or antelope or something,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Nosa. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Really awesome.
Thank you for having me.
All the comments. I couldn't read all the comments, but people were just laughing. But thank you because
this
is a very serious topic, but we kind of joked around it.
Very.
Make it a bit.
Yes.
But it's very serious, and it has really held a lot of people back. So I guess the message today is really just change your paradigm. Change your focus. Find your real why. Find your passion. Show up with confidence. Surround yourself with the right people. So important.
Yeah, true.
And then just
very
ahead. And even if you feel it's fine, just pick yourself up. We're not perfect.
It's fine.
Pick yourself up and try again. I guess that's true here today. Wow. So thank you very much. Even though you didn't sing for us, so you said I know they shame, but you didn't really sing.
I'm sorry, my voice is horrible. But you know what? Everybody can go to my bio and get my new single. It's on my bio. It's called Pamper You. I released it in November. The next single, this is the first time you're going to hear it, is coming out end of this month.
Woo-hoo!
There'll be a new single. So just go to my bio, on my Instagram bio, and get my most recent single. It's called Pamper You. You'll love it. So just follow me. Don't worry. I got a lot of stuff.
Genie and listen to his music is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
With us today. Thank you for everyone for joining us on I Rise Conversations with Jody. If you haven't bought my book, go buy my book. And I will see you guys same time next week. Next week, we're going to be talking about marriage. A lady who is married, she has 6 kids, she's a medical doctor. She's figured it all out, and she's going to be sharing with us some of the secrets in having a happy marriage. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jeannie. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week.
Bye.
All right, bye. Thanks.
Bye.